There's only one.
Mhm.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the August 26th meeting of the Fall River Traffic Board. Madam Secretary, will you take attendance, please?
Helen Rigo,
Here.
Natalie Mello,
Here.
Sergeant Dolan,
Here.
Jose Barboza.
He's absent.
Okay.
Before we begin with the meeting, I'll read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. First thing on the agenda would be the minutes from the July 29th meeting. Has everyone received their minutes from the past meeting?
Yep.
Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion to approve.
Anyone second it?
Second.
Obviously, there's no one opposed, so the meeting minutes from the July 29th meeting are approved. I did skip a little ahead. There's supposed to be citizen input, but of course, there is no, there are no citizens allowed. Citizen input can be submitted by emailing lferrera@fallrivermad.org. Looks like about a week before the meeting. Up next would be the curb cuts. And the first curb cut is Andrea Soares at 853 Eastern Avenue. They have an existing driveway of 12 feet. They would like to have a proposed driveway access of 15 feet for a total driveway access of 27 feet. I went by the property. I'm thinking they want it on the south side of that house. I don't think it's gonna actually be attached to the same, that's why I wish people could come here. I don't think it's gonna be attached to the same side. But off-street parking over there on that particular area is not really an issue, so I don't see any issue with that. So I suggest that that get approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Approved and seconded. Obviously, it's no one opposed, so that motion passes. Okay, next are the handicap parking space applications. And the first one is Richard Pacheco at 81 Lafayette Street. I went by the property. He is the homeowner there. It's a single-family house, and he has a driveway access there. In his application, he says that it's easier for him to just park on the street and walk in his front steps. But the driveway runs alongside the house, and with him being a homeowner, we've set precedents before where we don't do this for homeowners that already have a driveway. His caretaker can park right at the beginning of the driveway and drop him off at the front door and then continue driving down the driveway if that were an
He
issue.
also has a garage back there, so it's really pretty big.
Yeah, he's got plenty of
Driveway.
off-street parking available.
Yes.
So I recommend that that gets denied.
Motion to deny.
Second.
Motion to deny and seconded, so that motion does not pass. That application does not pass. Next up is Kathleen Quesada, 24th South Street, apartment number 2. I went by there again. There is no off-street parking available, and I recommend that that gets approved.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve. Anyone want to second it?
Second it.
Okay, there's obviously no one to oppose, so that will also carry. Next up, Stephanie Botello, 153 Jenks Street in Fall River. I went by there as well. That's a tough neighborhood. There is no driveway or off-street parking available, so I recommend that that also gets approved.
Motion to approve.
Anyone care to second it?
Second.
Okay, there's no one opposed. That carries.
And Laura, that one's got handicap signs already there.
Which,
Oh, yeah, there are
153?
two in front of the house, so
So
there may
one more
already
pole.
be,
Right,
or there may already be an opening, depending on if somebody moved out.
right.
Okay.
Judy Cabral at 203 Diamond Street. Very similar to Jenk Street, I went by there, it's a tough neighborhood for parking. I recommend that gets approved, and there is available space right in front of the house.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Approved and seconded. That also carries.
Wow, you're kind of Speedy Gonzalez.
Not that many.
I'll talk slower. Maria Branco, 224 Plain Street. Similar to the previous two, it's a tight neighborhood again. There is no off-street parking at all,
Whose garage
so I
is that?
recommend that that gets approved.
Whose garage is that?
No, I think it's.
That's the neighbor on the
It's the beige house.
east
right?
of them.
There's
The
two-
next side, the next door neighbor?
Yes. Next door neighbor east of them.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no driveway there. There's no driveway on that property.
No.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Approved and seconded. That motion carries. Next up is Edward Damaris at 826 Broadway. That's a single-family house. The actual door entrance is on Freedom Street. There's no driveway to the house anyway, so I do recommend that gets approved. He doesn't have any off-street parking access.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Approved and seconded, that carries. Okay, there's a request from Susan Dapont at 211 Hawthorne Street for a stop sign to be installed at the location of Napoleon and Hawthorne Street. Residents are concerned with the increase of vehicles and the speed. They're saying that with a stop sign, it will make the vehicles stop at the intersection. Just last month, I conducted a traffic study over there. And I know I have the paperwork here somewhere. Okay. The sign was placed at 99 Napoleon Street. It measured speed and traffic volume and such. The speed limit on Napoleon Street is 25 miles per hour. Over a 7-day period, the average speed was 19 miles per hour. And the 85th percentile speed, which is what we use, that's 85% of the motorists that travel through there were traveling at this speed, and that was at 24 miles per hour. So speeding is not statistically an issue there. I had in the 7 days, one vehicle, the maximum speed was 51 miles per hour. There's no way to differentiate whether that was an emergency vehicle or what, but I recommend that we do not install a traffic sign there.
I think one of the biggest concerns was the increase of traffic, and I don't know if the traffic study that you did showed that. I have spoken to the resident before, and, you know, with the casino, I'm sure it's been quiet because with the COVID, but before, they were just very concerned because traffic did increase of people cutting through Hawthorne to get onto Napoleon, to get onto 88, instead of going all the way down Stafford Road to the
Yep.
Rotary. So that was what their concern was, that they needed something like a stop sign there so that traffic could stop, so that they could make that left turn. So-
All right, I do have, I don't know what a previous volume, but now the average volume per day was 566 cars.
Yeah,
But I don't know what it was
yeah,
in the years prior. However,
right.
a stop sign is not gonna stop traffic. It's gonna keep traffic in your neighborhood a little bit longer than had it just been passing through.
How many
Motion.
cars you said?
566 cars in the 24-hour, an average per day.
Motion to deny.
Okay, there's a motion to deny
Second it.
and seconded, so that
You can probably put something else
request
up
does
there.
not pass.
I
I'm
think
sorry?
there's-
Maybe something else could be put there, just, I mean,
We can check to see if there's slow signs. I think there's already speed limit 25. I think we already did
It is
that
there,
last year,
I
yeah.
mean, speed,
So-
the actual speed, like I said, statistically, speed is not an
Mhm.
issue there.
right.
I mean, it happens everywhere. There may be a loud or a fast car going by, and as the homeowner, you say, oh my God, all these cars are speeding, but the numbers don't lie here.
Right.
Hopefully that will, there are supposed to be other dispensaries that open up, and that'll spread the traffic a little
wealth.
more too, because I think that's a major issue there. Okay. Next up, a request from Brian Sylvia at 25 Wynwood Street and Jean Sartini of 15 Wynwood Street for no parking anytime on the east side of Wynwood Street.
So both these gentlemen have contacted the traffic department due to Wynwood Street and the issue that they've been having down there. I did get to go down there. We did do no parking here to corner on Wynwood Street, what helped a little bit, but I guess now they do park after the sign, which makes it difficult for them to get out of their driveways, and sometimes it's large vehicles. So a lot of the homes there have guests, and there's not enough parking on the main road, which is, I think, Friendship
Yep.
Street. So they go on to Wynwood, especially on the the east side, there's like no houses, no
Yeah,
driveways
there's
or
a
anything.
fence and just dirt.
Right, so it does, especially on weekends, they're having a hard time getting out of their driveways. So even though with the no parking here to corner, it helped a little bit, but it kind of made matters worse because now people are parking further in. And that's why they came forward and asked if the traffic board could consider no parking on that side.
All right, I think I should read these so they can be entered into record anyway. So the first one is from Mr. Sylvia at 25 Wynwood Street. Laura, I'm writing this letter in regards to a parking situation on Wynwood Street in Fall River, Mass. The last few weeks, I have had nothing but issues with people parking on the east side, dirt side of Wynwood Street, making it impossible for me to access my driveway, either backing in or backing out. I've tried to tell them not to park there, and they still don't listen. I am asking that the east side, dirt side of Wynwood Street, have a no parking on this side from the current sign that is posted, no parking here to corner. I don't want to have any issues or have to ask people to move their vehicles because of blocking me access to enter and exit my driveway. Anyone that comes to visit, such as my brother or family, have had the same issues entering and exiting the driveway, and now it's becoming a hazard. Also, my trash that is picked up on Mondays, the trash truck has left both my recyclables and trash behind at times because of people parking in this area. I shouldn't have to deal with that, and I just want no issue with anyone. I want to be able to come and go into my driveway at any time without any obstructions. That's from Mr. Sylvia at 25 Wynwood. Jean Sartini at 15 Wynwood. Laura Ferrera. Laura, I am writing this letter to request that the east side of Wynwood Street be changed to no parking on its entire length. The signs that have been installed to prevent parking at the corner have stopped that problem, but the guests of 121 Friendship Street have been parking in such a manner as to make it very difficult to enter my property. They also make it extremely difficult for my neighbor to get into his driveway. The house at 121 Friendship Street is owner occupied, and she rents to 2 different tenants, plus her granddaughter lives with her. This makes a total of 5 cars plus guest cars. The guests are parking on Wynwood Street, creating the parking problems. They have been asked to park past the utility pole and pull close to the fence. They refuse to comply. There is more than enough room on Friendship Street for their guests to park if the residents of 121 Friendship Street park so they do not take more than 1 spot per car. I suggest that lines be painted and a sign placed on the corner of Wynwood Street, Wynwood and Friendship, to prevent parking on the corner. Yesterday, August 10th, my private trash service had a very difficult time getting the truck by the car parked near the utility pole. I'm not trying to prevent the neighbors from parking or having guests. I'm trying to make it so that my neighbor and I can access our property without having to ask people to move their cars. There has been a lot of negative talk from the people causing the parking issues. A little effort on their part would have prevented the issue, and his telephone number is listed here. So I went by there. I measured it roughly. It's 23 feet wide, so that's a very narrow street. I can understand the problem if a car is parked on the side, on that east side of the street. You're not going to get a large vehicle down there like a trash truck, and I can see the difficulty of pulling out or backing out of your driveway. I do recommend that we go forward and put the no parking this side sign on the east side of Windward Street.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve and seconded. So that motion carries that we will install no parking signs on the east side of Windward Street. The next item on the agenda, there has been an open meeting law complaint filed from Patrick Higgins regarding the July Traffic Board meeting. That's going to be looked into by
Send
the
it to the
legal
attorney.
department.
Yeah, we need to have it referred to the Board Department.
Refer to the attorney.
Okay, it's
I second it.
referred to the attorney. We don't have any removal requests this week?
No.
Yes,
This month?
No, no,
All
no,
caught
no.
up?
You're gonna have a lot next month.
we have handicap things to be removed.
No, that's the meeting
That's
minutes
from the last
week.
month.
Oh, yeah, that's one, yeah.
Okay, is there anything
That's-
else that we need to discuss at the meeting?
Nope. The only thing that I do want to inform the board is our September meeting will be down here, and all future meetings will be down here, and we are going to open it to the public.
So the public will be able to come into the hearing room?
Correct. Yes, they
Wow,
will.
okay.
Yeah. The seats are designated where they can sit.
Yeah. Little green, what, see the little green
Yeah.
Things?
I think it fell off some of them,
I was
but
gonna say, there's
anyway.
only one there, we can only have one at a time.
They're usually on the top of the seat.
Yeah, but it's designated for that, so, just so that the board knows that, okay?
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Anyone-
Second it.
Is anyone opposed to that? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.